up again. Yes, we all enjoyed lunch. Everything was really good, as it always is here at the InterContinental. And I just want to make sure that whoever is sitting around the table that you're on, do you all know each other? Yes or no? If you don't, I'd like you to introduce yourselves. Okay? I'd like you to introduce yourselves. If you haven't figured it out, I'm trying to make time for these guys. Yeah? All right. So if you don't know the people on your table, introduce yourselves. Let's exchange LinkedIn. Yes? What we did yesterday was quite fun. I went through the LinkedIn and I found some lovely selfies, because yesterday I made you all take a selfie with your new friend and get linked in and in contact with each other. And since we've all had lunch, I think everyone's feeling a bit better now. The energy levels have replenished. Everything is back on track. I love the hum that's come across the room. It means everyone is getting to know each other. We are networking. It's not all about business. We can make friends, yeah? Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, thank you. All right, looks like we are back on track. I hate to cut your conversations short, and I'm happy to say that we are running perfectly on schedule. So I would love to introduce our next panel. As you can see, there's going to be quite a number of experts, and they are going to be taking a deep dive into body positivity and health, embracing self-acceptance without compromising well-being. Moderating this session would be Dr. Mohita Shrivastava, and in her panel, Nell Pueter. I hope I'm saying that right. Fantastic. Minerva Kalada, MD, and Dr. Vipin Kumar. Francis, which I still cannot say your name, but it is Francis for your practice. Pierre Luigi Latuada, that's you. I'm sorry, sir, I didn't get to meet you earlier. And lastly, Mark Hadge. That's you, that's you. That's it, we are all here. Let me just distribute some of these microphones. There you are, my dear. Thank you. There you are. And here's the tech team. Fantastic. I'm sure this panel is going to be very, very, very interesting, because we are all about body positivity. One more? All right. So the stage is yours.
Hello. Very good afternoon to all of you. I would like to welcome all my esteemed panelists on the stage for the next session. The panel discussion on the topic about body positivity and health. And the topic says body positivity and health, embracing self-acceptance without compromising well-being. I am Dr. Mohita Shrivastava, and I am the moderator for this panel discussion. I would request our esteemed panelists to introduce themselves and their area of expertise. 1 minute each.
Hello to everyone. I am Pierluigi Latuada from Milan, Italy. I am doctor and a psychotherapist and a PhD in behavioral studies. I create a methodology in transpersonal psychotherapy, and I teach this and I deliver a degree to medical doctor and psychologist in psychotherapy. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. My name is Francis. You know it already, but my last name is IJsakkers. I'm from the Netherlands, and I'm the founder of a company for healthcare consultancy, and I work for over 40 years in the healthcare environment. So I'm still learning, and that's are the best days for me.
Hello everyone, I think we met yesterday, Minerva Kalada, MD. I'm the Chief Medical Officer for Imperial County Physician Medical Group. Also, I used to be Medical Director for a mental locked facility in our county.
Hi everyone, this is Dr. Vipin Kumar. Just a thought came. It is so good to have a discussion on body positivity after such a calorific and scrumptious meal. Thanks to the organizers. Coming back to me, I am an infertility specialist and obstetrician and gynecologist working in Kuwait. And I specialize mostly, my interest is infertility, reproductive endocrinology, and adolescent health.
Hello, everyone. Is it a microphone kicking in? Yes. My name is Nell Pütter. I'm from Hamburg, Germany, and I'm founder of Confidence Academy, where we teach leaders and teams develop positive attitude and psychological capital with a system of confidence mindset and positive leadership. So my background is I have masters in international business, and then in the second half of my life, I studied positive psychology. So this is how I try bringing these two into one sweet spot.
Hello, everyone. I'm Mark Haj. I'm from Lebanon. I'm a physical therapist, and I hold a master's degree in strength and conditioning. I'm the founder of Core Lab, a gym that caters programs and rehab programs for athletes and non-athletes. I'm thrilled to be here, share the stage with my fellow panelists, and talk about body positivity, and of course, share my expertise in the field.
Thank you, all of you, for your introduction. I would like to welcome you all. And about myself, I'm Dr. Mohita Srivastava. I'm a neuroscientist and a neuropsychologist by profession, and I'm the moderator for this panel. So without any further delay, I would like to begin this discussion. Before I would like to begin about body positivity and health, I would like to again quote an incident of my life about my son. He says, one day he came from his school and he says, "Mama, you look fat." So I said, "I am fat." Then he said, "You know, on the Mother's Day when all the moms were invited to the school, one of my friends told me, your mom looks fat. So how do you become thin? How do you become thin?" Then he went to his father. He asked it, "You always keep on doing dumbbells," and he's a gym freak. So going to gym and all, and you're not fat. Does that help to become thin? So he said, "Yes, why are you asking this question?" So he came to me and he told me that, "Mama, you also start going to gym." Okay? So this is what is body shaming. I mean, even the kids of 6, 7 years old age, they are also aware about what is a good body, how does a good body look like, or what is being fat and being thin. So as we all are aware that the traditional or conventional perception or the impression of our body image usually poses certain expectations or norms or mental images about a slim, a body. If it's a slim body, then you're active, you are good looking, you are perfect, you are in shape. But do we really think that setting these kind of norms across the cultures are going to, they pose a certain kind of mental as well as physiological as well as the physical challenges among the population, among the general people. So, and to conform to these norms, it is generally thought an ideal body is a slim body. So this would potentially lead to pose challenges and limitations in both mental and physical well-being, and authentic self-expression and about the self-confidence. So body positivity and health are basically conflicting concepts, but they can complement each other when approached with a holistic mindset. So in this panel discussion, our panel discussion will explore the importance of body positivity and self-acceptance. So let's begin the panel discussion. I'm going to ask a general question about what do we understand about the body positivity. So my question goes to Mark, Nell, and Francis. Francis, please start.
Yes, if it's possible, I asked them to help me but I would like to start with 4 lines of a song. When it's possible, please start it, and otherwise I sing it for you. Sing for us, my neighbor says. I don't think they have it. But the lines are from a song from John Legend. 'Cause all of me loves all of you. Love your curves and your edges, all your perfect imperfections. And that was why it was hitting me. It's a love song, of course, but it's about imperfections. And I think body positivity is not about imperfections, it's about self-acceptance. And I read a beautiful quote, it's about celebrating the body. And you only have one, so please try to be kind to your body. That's from my point of view.
Thank you. Nell, so now the question goes to you. What do you understand by the term body positivity, and why is it important for our well-being, overall well-being?
Well-being, yes, that's of course a very holistic approach. And first of all, thanks for sharing your story. I appreciate your opening up. Well-being, and it's of course doesn't only relate on our physical well-being, but it's also mental well-being and health well-being. And today we know, and there is a neuroscientist like you are, who already have hundreds of research and studies would confirm that all goes hand in hand. And well-being, of course, it's mental well-being and also physical well-being. So I appreciate you talk about the weight, but actually the body positivity is about, okay, I'm too old, I'm too young. When you go to career, for example, well, I'm too young for this role, or I'm too short. Like in North Germany, where I come from, some women, they say, I'm too tall, I'm too big for everyone else. So it's like, it's about like anybody who says, my face is this or my face is that, and obviously there are external factors, and there are also internal factors. So being in a field of positive psychology, actually I would like to give you all a message to look at the internal as well. Because something external happens, we cannot change social media, we cannot change, we can of course say what we are not agree with, but still look at the internal, what communication I'm having in my own head about my own body, but not only the body, because when there is negative communication inside my head about my body, then probably also I'm also thinking negative in some other aspects of my life.
Very good, Nell. Thank you for giving the audience a better and a wholesome understanding about the body positivity. Mark, same question goes to you. What do you understand by body positivity? And what do you think, how does it affect our overall well-being?
Thank you, first of all, and thank you for sharing your story. And I would like to share a story of my own as well. I was talking to you back then about, so I broke my elbow 3 months ago, and until now I still don't have a complete range of motion in my elbow. So I learned how to accept my elbow, how to accept my body the way it is now, for me to actually not look at the aesthetic, but actually just appreciate every degree I get with every physical therapy session I do. To every degree I gain is a positive, it creates a positive mindset in me. And for me, that is body positivity. Body positivity was when you accept your body and you accept who you are, not how you look. Accept the functions of your body. Accept that you are a strong individual, that you are able to do functions, that you're living, that you're breathing, that you're actually doing activities that you're doing as a human being. Not focusing on how the magazine shows, I don't know, a model who's done some crazy amount of surgery, like to look that fit, or someone who's gifted, or I don't know. But comparing yourself to another person is a wrong, I believe it's a wrong thing. So you have to accept who you are and work and keep working on your body. Now, as an expert in the field, I do have a lot of hands-on experience with this. Like, I have a lot of clients who come in here and just tell me, like, okay, Mark, I want to lose weight from now until 2 weeks because I want to look fit in a wedding dress. And this is absolutely ridiculous, because I tell them, like, why do you want it? Because she's like, yeah, I got a wedding dress that fits perfect, and this looked perfect on this celebrity. So this is where it's all wrong. And this is where we come in as professionals, to help people and like open their eyes that it's not only about how you look, it's how you feel, because it's about mental health, it's about well-being, it's about your body function rather than the way you look.
Thank you, Mark. Now, coming to you, Dr. Peer, you are a veteran medical doctor as well as a veteran psychologist. We would like to know your understanding of some common misconceptions prevalent in the society about body positivity or body shaming.
Yes, I will start by saying that body positivity is a movement or also a mindset that advocate the celebration, the acceptance, and the inclusivity of all bodies, all the shapes of bodies, and all types. And there are, we could say, 4 branches of psychology that take care of it. The social psychology, which study the cultural and the social problem linked with the shaming and linked with the attitude that create problem to the person that has different bodies. Then there is the positive psychology that try to help people to accept themselves and to have a positive attitude with your body. Then there is the media psychology that works for the communication, works for helping the information around the body positivity. Then there is the health psychology that helps, of course, the people to be in shape, to do fitness, and to better their body. But what is missing? Imagine, follow me, imagine a square, and imagine a circle around the square. The square is the body. The square is what there is on the stage, and the circle is the backstage. Our normal experience is we only see the appearance, we only see the evidence. But for all traditions, the evidence are illusions. There is something behind. From the appearance comes the essence. In psychology, we call it the self. So we could say, instead of speak of body positivity, we should speak of bodies positivities. Means the physical body, the energetical body, the emotional body, the mental body, and the spiritual body. In this way, we could call the self, I call this organismic self. So when we look to someone, we don't see only the shape of the body, but we see all the bodies. But to do this is not enough to say, I want to see you, accept you, or to look at a mirror and say, oh, I am fine. We need to shift in your state of consciousness. You need to master your inner experience. If you stay in our rational, ordinary mind, we only see the appearance. And we are judging ourselves. If we are judging ourselves, how we cannot judge you? To go beyond, so we should understand that the circuit of experience is feeling, acting, and doing. The more we keep together the feeling, the acting, and the doing, the more we are integral or holistic. If we are integral, we shift into consciousness and we go from the knowledge to the awareness. We become aware to see ourselves, to disidentify to our content, to our feeling, to our judgment, and see ourselves as a consciousness, to see ourselves as a self, and the self has no boundary, and the self is a subject with no space and no time. We can feel when I see you and I see me. I see you and I see me. Of course, there are the boundaries, but these boundaries are not something that differentiate or separate. These boundaries are bridges, that are doors that open the connection between me and you. In this case, we all are one. This is not just something New Age. This is something that you see. The more you are integral and integrated, the more you master your inner experience, the more when you see a shape, a body, you see a soul, you see the story of this person, you see all the sweet tear and blood and the work that the person did to come as it is. And if you are able to see this, to see you and to see the other in this way, you don't need to fight for accept. This is normal. So the self-acceptance is something that happens, is a collateral effect of being in contact with yourself and master all your bodies.
Thank you, Dr. Pierre. The next question goes to you both, Dr. Minerva and Dr. Pierre. Both of you are being medical doctors, and Dr. Minerva, you have been the director of medical psychiatry in US for almost more than 25 years. So we would like to know from both of you, what in your humble opinion are the common connection between mental health and body positivity? And how can improving your body image, contribute to a better mental health?
Well, I like to comment about that because there's a huge wave in California where I practice, in which actually the governor is making kids have the right to go and change their sex without having permission from their parents. We were taught in medical school that sex is really defined at birth and at age from 9 till adulthood. There is a secondary sexual characters. Those sexual characters are affected with socio-economical hormonal status. So if there is a defect in the hormonal development due to obesity or anything else, that definitely will make some problem in the progression. And if there is a socio-economical status, like the kid at the house sees the mom is a very tough one, he will become very much kind of like having that he is not a very successful in having his sexual character as a male, and so on. But the sad part of the situation is now the social media is encouraging that more than usual. And they're teaching the kids, like, come out of the closet. Come and tell the whole people that you are born to be different from the sex where you are. I frankly see it, satisfaction is an endless wealth. If you are satisfied with what you got, you are on the right track. And that happens at school and at home. Both of them direct the person from childhood to make him understand. First, this education, if the mom starts to see that there is a difference in the person accepting his identity, accepting his obesity, accepting everything else, direction with school. But as mental health in California, I'll talk about it, it's really not accepted because the stigma stays with the person, regardless of what happens. One incident of a person get drunk, for example, and end up in a mental hospital, it keeps harassing him or her for the rest of their life. Thank you.
Dr. Pierre, what's your take on this question? How does body positivity contributes to practicing body positivity contributes to better mental health?
How contribute?
How does body positivity, practicing body positivity, contribute to better mental health?
As I told, to me, we should open the box and see, of course, we define something, body positivity, but we should open that box and see that body positivity is self-positivity. So it's connection with our true nature. We could say that any disease, any trouble with our body starts from to be far from ourselves. The more we reduce the distance with our true nature, the more we go beyond, and the more the problem of body positivity disappear into the follow your true nature. That is, of course, this follow true nature from the circle, from the backstage, appear on stage through, for example, be in shape, to do exercise, in master your emotion, in have a good mindset. But all these are manifestation of the core, the self. That is, I know I am in contact with my own rhythm. I am in contact with my true nature, which is, again, beyond any appearance, beyond any judgment on myself, beyond any maps I create. So we should name things, but also see that these names are the door to go beyond. So in this case, of course, we are speaking about body positivity, but don't stay close into this positivity is a window, is a door to speak about our self, because we are one.
Thank you. Thank you for your answers, both of your answers, Dr. Minerva, Dr. Pierre, very enlightening indeed. I would also like to mention here, embracing your body positively not only improves your emotional well-being, but also reap cognitive benefits, like it reduces the cognitive distortions, the negative thought patterns that you often gel with because of your body image or body shaming. And it also helps one to discover and focus on their creative likings or pursuits if you embraces your body positively. For example, arts, music, sports, whatever one likes. And it allows individuals to focus on their thoughts and to focus their thoughts and energy on more fulfilling pursuits like related to their self-care, hobbies, and grooming, and goal-directed behavior. Now coming to you, Francis, as we're discussing before this session, you have talked about a real-life case about body shaming in your country, prior to this panel discussion. So that has been targeted by the social media in your country, right? So what, in your opinion, do you think that role of media and advertising play in perpetuating unrealistic, beauty standards, and how can we challenge these narratives?
Thank you for the question. First, I want to address that today the subtitle of the day is apparently a holistic view on things. I think it's good. From Pierre, I learned we have bodies. From my neighbor, I learned there's also a gender perspective. Now we go to social media. Body positivity. On social media, everything is hashtag. And if you want to speak yourself about body positivity, it's hashtag BOPO. I think if I listened very well to Pierre, we have to say hashtag BOPOs. But it's hashtag BOPO. And I come from the Netherlands. And there is a television cook. And she started her career at a young age. And she was 55 kilograms. And she traveled all over the world to cook with chefs and so forth. And everything she cooked, she likes a lot. So she gained weight. Yeah, apparently. But she thought to herself, okay, hashtag BOPO. And then I post pictures of myself. She had a contract with a lingerie brand. So she posted photos of herself, her perfect body of 90, 95 kilos in lingerie, hashtag bovenpo. What happened in the Netherlands was fat shaming, telling her she ate too much, telling her she was a fat pig. So this year she started to go on a diet. So then everybody was saying to her, it's not real. All the pictures you gave us, it's not real. But from a healthcare point, she has to lose weight because all her blood levels were not in order. She is, I think, my size. And then when you are 95 kilos, I think your blood levels are not so okay. And the body positivity vibe is about body acceptance, body appreciation, body love. So, wrap it up, body celebration. And when your mind is set on you have a fantastic body, despite the kilos, it will help to look at a healthier point of view of your life, and it improves your well-being. And on the topic well-being, we are all in this audience, we are human beings. How about a well-being person? So I think we have to consider, when we look at another person from a holistic type of view, so what do I see? Is it only the body I see? Or do I see a person with lovely intentions? So that was my story about my country.
Thank you, Francis. Dr. Minerva, would you like to add on, answer this question?
Well, the social media really has a lot of impact in United States now. It's a big wave of kind of like making things worse for kind of having control over kids. And actually, sadly, also you see the kids' cartoons. You know, they are talking about homosexuality and profanity, even kids who are like 4 or 5 years old. So I would say that there is a lot to be kind of corrected here. And unfortunately, there is a lot for the social media really need control. In the past, they used to have control over that, but now it's kind of like nothing is controlled. And unfortunately, also at schools, the teachers and principal and everybody is scared because of the legal system. Because if you try to discipline a kid, even the parents are scared to discipline the kids. You try to discipline the kid now has the right to call the police and say this or that, you know, is the father is just hit me or did that. The parents, they end up in jail. I'm not giving you fake stories, you know. And the kid, unfortunately, doesn't know what's his well-being. Then he ends up being in a foster care. And it's kind of like there is a lot of correction needs to be done. Hopefully, you know, by time things would be better, but I would say I'm one of the people that not happy about what's going on. But I had kids, and my kids, I managed to raise them, and I don't believe in hitting kids, but you just kind of like, you discipline them. You don't give them what they want, you know. But in the same time, it's a very tough situation to raise kids in the United States, especially being a physician. Me and my other father is a doctor too. So it's a different system than I see my relatives in France or Greece or other areas. They don't have the same system that we have. Thank you.
Thank you. Now coming to you, Dr. Vipin, you are being a gynecologist. And do you think that body positivity intersect with the concepts of health and wellness, and especially among the women after postpartum period or after delivering a child?
Actually, thank you for mentioning something about women. It's very important actually in this setting we are living in. So, being a gynecologist, day in and day out, when we sit in the OPD or in the inpatient, what we see is women comes depressed or with low esteem. Reason, low acceptance in the society, among peers, in the house, in the family. Reason being abnormal body shape, size, bodily hair, acne, not living up to the expectations. So why does this happen? So I just tell to them, if someone says me, and I want a body of Arnold, and I work hard, but then I fail to achieve it, and I get depressed. Does it make sense? I think it doesn't. It is meaningless. The importance is we enjoy the strength that we gain through this process of helping ourselves into the society is more important than just criticizing of what we are being. So that is what the concept of body positivity a woman should embrace in. And as far as self-acceptance is considered, so again, there is an important quote I have heard somewhere, that the most powerful words we say are the words we say to ourselves. So if a lady accepts herself, the society will accept her through that. And for that, as all have been told about the holistic approach, how to follow that, and yes, it matters. Respect the diet we are going through, having physical activity, reading, being a learned person, which makes you happy, and that makes you more acceptable. So, apart from these two, as you said, most important thing comes as well-being. It is very good to celebrate the body we have. It is good to be what we are. But in some context, it is very important to keep ourselves well or healthy. So in that context, if you ask me, if an adolescent girl, in matter boy also, comes with being shamed in the school to the family, or even shamed in the family by parents, grandparents or siblings, saying that she's fat, she needs maybe medical care for her genetic causes. She may be having hormonal imbalances. She may be having polycystic ovarian disease. The hair growth may be because of, again, testosterone. So these things need to be taken care of. So rather than shaming, it is important she understands that this can be taken care of in certain extent and I need help. So this we need to inculcate in them. Same if you see in a reproductive age group, a lady who wants to become pregnant, she's not conceiving. Again, she has been shamed for that thing. You can never become pregnant. And that again, she needs support. She needs to be investigated. And most important sensitive matter you said is about postpartum period. Because a lady is very delicate that time. She's very sensitive. What she needs is support from her partner, from the family. And sometimes we forget to give that. And Mohit, you know, there is a social stigma going on, which says that the most common reason the women become fat in this postpartum period is because of lack of discipline they have. They keep on sleeping with the child and sleeping and sleeping. Come on, actually, a mother, hardworking mother of a newborn baby is nothing apart from to be called as a lazy. So that's a point of understanding, because these women can later on lead to so postpartum depressions, and which is actually take a big toll in her life. There have been suicidal cases which have happened to my patients also going through postpartum depression. So it is not a small topic of just being positive about my body. There are a lot of aspects to it, and I'm so thankful that everyone has brought different aspects. Thank you.
Thank you, and I think many of the women can relate to it very pragmatically, because this is what every woman somehow in their lifetime have experienced after delivering a child, right? And it's just not about PCOD or something, it's about most of the women after delivery or during delivery, they develop diabetes, they develop hypothyroid, you know, and these issues are also, they need to be addressed, and these might be causing, the change in their body shape, weight gain and all that stuff.
Very true.
Right? Mark, as Dr. Vipin had just discussed about this body positivity among women with certain medical conditions like PCOD, hypothyroid, or postpartum diabetes. In continuation to that, what do you think as a physical therapist are the ways to navigate societal pressures related to dieting, weight loss, and appearances without compromising our physical health and, of course, mental health?
There's a saying that I love is eat good, feel good. Okay, what does that mean? It's not the feel good foods, which are pizza, burgers, and like junk food, but it's important for someone to know what they're eating rather than counting only the calories. Because I read like a small article today in the morning. There are a group of students who care, teenagers, who care about the calories in and out rather than what they're actually eating. That's a very important matter, and that's a matter to be like, not to forget about. Okay.
Like restriction of calories.
Yeah, not prescription of calories.
Restriction.
Yeah, it's like you have to know what you're
Mindful
eating.
of
Mindful eating. Mindful eating.
yeah.
Okay, if you want to say that. So it's important to have proper food, and when you eat well, I've experienced this firsthand, and I've experienced it with a lot of clients at my gym. When people start eating well, I'm eating a well-balanced meal, a meal that has all the macros, all important nutrients are in that meal, your body will automatically feel well. Okay, so that's as much as nutrition is as important as every other thing everyone mentioned here. So absolutely, it's not right to think that the easy way around is to take a shortcut. There is no shortcut.
Not sure, yes.
So you have to wait. It's like looking at like an Instagram reel of a model or a bodybuilder, like saying like, I want to do that, and they start advertising some sort of, I don't know, products that are not heard of, and you want to get shredded in 5 days, take this, and like, this is ridiculous. You know, it's sad that a lot of people follow that and believe that is absolutely true, where it's just they're ripping your money off. That's it. But following a good balanced diet, following a good balanced day, like knowing when you're going to sleep, knowing when you're going to eat, knowing when you're going to exercise, and I emphasize on exercising because, like, I don't have to say that. Like, I think everyone knows how important it is for mental health before getting to physical health as well.
Thank you, Ma. Nil, now the question goes to you. Your professional background talks about self-esteem, inner confidence, calm, right? So being an expert in that field, a leadership expert in that area, could you please shed light on strategies for practicing self-care, inner calm and confidence, particularly when it comes to body shaming and body image?
Right. So we're talking about the positivity, and what is the opposite of the positivity is actually
Body shaming.
negativity. That's right. So just maybe asking you people there, if there anyone who never, ever, ever in their whole life thought negative about themselves, just raise your hand. 1, 2, 3. 3 people in this room never ever thought negative, which means the other ones, at least once, thought something, whatever, about themselves. And the thing is that half of our time we are thinking about, we're having this self-talk with ourselves. And this self-talk could be negative or it could be positive. And what kind of self-talk we have in our head is actually determined by, there is something called nature, nurture. So there is DNA, which I'm born with, but also it's a upbringing. So thanks really a lot for mentioning this and the cultural issues women have or even men have, and also social media. So all those schools we also heard today. So all of this affects our self-talk. And the thing is that whatever we had in our past, whatever our DNA is, we still can learn the positive self-talk. And it's just not a theory. I mean, there are many research already since 2 decades we have from positive psychology about learned optimism, which means we can learn whatever circumstances, internal, external, we can learn to think positive about ourselves, which means I can learn to trust myself, I can learn to accept my body and say, okay, I can walk. That's a gift already. Maybe I'm not a model, but I'm okay. You know, my body is functioning. What a gift. So already being grateful just for a little thing. I can see, I can breathe. My body just works. So that's already very good. And the thing is, with confidence, we say you could be calm and confident, not dependent on anyone or anything. Obviously, we have external world, but still there is this inner strength. Okay, I may have this shitstorm going on my Instagram account, but still I'm calm. I say, yes, well, I am 46 years old. I cannot look like 25. You know, that's true. Okay. You know, just having this calm and accepting. But obviously, there is a way. And someone told this today about those negative self-talk, like, okay, listen to them. And they are actually the door to something deeper you can find within yourselves.
Thank you, Nell. So finally, we have come to an end of our panel discussion, and I would like to thank you all, our esteemed panelists and very patient and thoughtful audience, for making this discussion great. And there was one last question to all of you. The key takeaway in one line for our audience. Pierre, I'll start with you. A one-liner.
I should say that duality is the most problem. For example, as the Gospel of St. Thomas said, nothing that comes from outside can affect you. So if you stay in the first attention, if you blame me, I feel hurted. But actually, you were the person that did something wrong, not me. So this is a challenge to me. I saw a story about Alexander the Great, that is one of the most great person in the world. He was a father of him, tried to kill him. Imagine, your father want to kill you, and he became the greater. So it's not what comes from outside. You have to go beyond the duality, fighting the problem. This is not a problem. To solve the problem dissolve, never solve. If you try to solve the problem, you give power to the problem. You should go in other place. You should see that this is a challenge, this is an ambush, and go beyond and say, this is you, not me. And in this way, you can takes the qualities inside to answer and to go beyond.
Thank you, Pierre. Francis, a one-liner, please.
Yeah, a one-liner is, I think, do not focus too much on numbers. The number of your scale, the number of your body mass and the index, because I'm at a certain age and I shrunk 2 centimeters. I weigh the same. What happens to my body mass index? It goes up. But I don't worry about it. So don't focus too much on the numbers. Be kind to yourself.
Thank you, Francis. Dr. Minerva?
Well, I would say again, satisfaction is an endless wealth. You have to be happy with what God have gave you. And if you accept what you have, you will always live happy. As a physician, I like to give time to my patients psychologically to make them accept their illnesses. And that is very important part of the treatment. That's all.
Dr. Vipin?
Okay, actually, there is a saying that there is no wrong way to have a body. There is always a different way to have a body. So we should accept that. And just last one thing, there is something called a concept of open dialogue. If you bring that concept in your family, among your peers, in your workplace, that itself solves most of the issues what goes around with body positivity. Thank you.
Nell?
I would like to add to all of this what already been said. Focus on building and nurturing a relationship with yourself. Because when you accept yourself, then whatever happening on the outside, it will be just happening.
Mark.
I would say something I tell my athletes and my clients as well. You're stronger than you think you are. Never underestimate yourself.
Thank you. And I would like to conclude by saying one-liner that there is no way to have, no wrong way to have a body. Express gratitude to the universe to keep you safe and alive. At least we are not ghosts. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much to our wonderful panel. All I'm going to ask is that you all stand up, take a step to the front of the stage so we can get a lovely group photograph. If you can, yeah. We can step to the front so we don't get all the glasses and the bottles and mics and all things in the way. That's it, that's lovely. Let's give a round of applause for this amazing panel. And kudos to our moderator who kept everything flowing so well and keeping to the time limit. Thank you so much.